Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Helgard Pienaar. Today I'll be sharing with you how to use the new standard on FM strategy to transform FM in your organization. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to announce that ISO 41014 is now ready for publication. The current date I have for publication from ISO is 9 September, which is next week, Wednesday. So please watch out for the announcement on social media platforms. The outcome of the recent vote was convincing, with 100% approval against the required 66% from 23 countries, 0 negative votes, and only 3 countries not casting a vote. Seeing that it's already in the afternoon, the session will be very interactive to keep you engaged. Please scan the QR code on the screen with your phone camera or go to www.mentimeter.com and enter the code 7365102. Please do that now and enter your name, surname and email address. Let's just give a moment for everybody to do that. This QR code will also be on the next 3 screens in case you've missed it here. At the end, you'll be asked if you would like a copy of the survey results emailed to you. By design, we are going to look at some basic principles of FM standards. I don't want to bore you with the detail behind FM standards, but rather equip you to play with the concepts in very practical examples and in your day-to-day lives. Let's go. The first quiz is to rank the following in terms of impact versus cost to do your job better at your home facility. Please submit your answer now on your phone. To allow you some time to vote, I will read the options. They are faster and reliable connectivity, use existing space better, expand facility to have more space, or better and more hardware such as PCs, tablets, TVs, phones, or improved ergonomics and reliable electricity. Let's give a moment for you to do this first question. The rest will be very similar. The survey was also sent to our ISO Working Group 4, which has members in 20 countries responsible for the development of FM standards on strategy and also policy, which we are currently busy with. So here you can see faster and reliable connectivity was ranked the highest impact. In second place, we have reliable electricity. And then the rest had almost the same impact there in the middle, with expanding the facility ranked the lowest impact. Now please rank the following in terms of impact versus cost to do your job better at your work facility. Please submit your answer now on your phone. So these are the same options as in the previous slide, but for your work facility. Let's give it 10 seconds. Okay, from this survey we can see that again, faster and reliable connectivity wins. In the second place we have using existing space better, and in the third place, reliable electricity. From this survey we can also see that in general, the connectivity and electricity is much better in place at work facilities than at our home facilities. It is important to see that this will have an impact on the need to do our work better from home from the previous slide. Now please rank the following in terms of impact versus cost for children to better do schoolwork from home. Please submit your answer now on your phone. Let's just give it a couple of seconds to answer. Okay, from this survey we can see that the winner is better and more hardware, PCs, tablets, TVs, phones, and all the smart expensive toys. In second place we have using existing space better, and in third place connectivity. Interesting how different the needs are for the grown-ups compared to the children. Hold on to that thought. The importance of understanding the needs of your demand organization. We will get back to that in a minute. The following content will be covered in this session. We have already looked at the first point and started with our first quiz. Now, we can have a look at the significance of implementing standards, and in particular in South Africa. Thereafter, we will have a look at benefits of having a management system in place and having a strategy in place. Then, we will look at some very practical examples so that you can walk out of the session feeling confident that these FM standards are practical, meaningful, and useful, and you can relate to them. Then, we will ask the question, what is in it for the FMer, which are many of us, and next steps. Please use your phone now and indicate to what extent you have each of the following in place at your work. Your health and safety policy, your health and safety strategy, your asset management policy, your asset management strategy, your FM policy, and your FM strategy. Are they fully in place or not at all? Let's give a moment to answer. Okay. It's going to be very interesting at the end to compare the results of this audience with Working Group 4. And what we are finding more and more is that there are still many organizations in South Africa who don't have FM policies and strategies fully in place. This means there is a lot of room for improvement. Here are some interesting figures supplied by Global FM. The FM market in South Africa is 154 billion rand. The public sector is 65 billion rand and the private sector is 88 billion rand. These are big numbers. And if we are very conservative and assume only a 1% improvement, moving from not having a FM strategy in place to having one in place, the significance is an improvement of already 1.5 billion rand. Also, the significance of meaningful job creation, or making sure that existing jobs are optimally utilized to support the demand organization's needs and core business objectives. Now we're getting into the exciting stuff. This figure has been adopted from ISO 41001. Remember, ISO 41001 is a management system standard for FM. I assume quite a few of you will be familiar with ISO 41001 as there has been a few presentations on it at previous SAFMA conferences. So, in blue I have penciled in the main clauses of ISO 41014, which is the new standard on FM strategy, to show how it fits into the management system standard. A major advantage of having a structured approach towards FM helps to tackle the challenges the environment throws at us in a systematic and organized manner. COVID-19 is one example. Before that, we had the drought. The only constant is change. We need to be ready for the next challenge and then put our management system to the test, and then also reflect, plan, do, check, act, and tweak our management systems to cater for the new challenge. But you are for sure much more prepared and organized to respond to the challenges life throws at us by having a structured process in place than if you did not have anything formal in place. This is very important when one reasons about standards. You must want to comply for the right reasons, not to get the certification stamp. Then it becomes fun to put a plan in place and then to see if your plan works when it is tested by life. That is the difference. If you remember only one thing about ISO 41014, then it must be: make sure that the FM strategy supports the demand organization's core business objectives and needs. Boom. Can I say it again? Always make sure that your FM strategy supports your demand organization's core business objectives and needs. How? By following the structured framework approach from ISO 41014 towards, as you see in point 4, understanding the demand organization, developing FM requirements, and formulating the FM strategy. In essence, this is exactly what the standard helps you accomplish. Let's look at a few very practical examples so that you are equipped to use these principles in your day-to-day lives. Let's bring this closer to home. In layman terms, for this example, let's say the demand organization is the facility owner or tenants, and the facility management organization is the entity responsible for facility management. So, before lockdown, our big happy family was both the demand organization and facility management organization, with various FM services such as cleaning services, gardening services, and even a handyman from time to time. Don't know about you, but when the lockdown came, I was kicked out of the demand organization and into the facility management organization, and also fully taking over all FM services such as cleaning, gardening, handyman, repairs, maintenance, and special projects. Can any of you relate to this phenomenon? So, the important point is, watch out for when the environment changes, as responsibilities between the demand organization and facility management organization can also change very quickly. Then the school announced that schoolwork will proceed from home, and the demand organization's needs changed some more. All of a sudden, when I have my meetings with people, I can see how their homes transform, and as the schoolwork got the priority, some people moved from their usual spots they used to work at home and into alternative places, like the garage. Did you see things like this? But it is also very interesting to see how these spaces are evolving and transforming into exciting new workplaces. So the important point is, watch out for when your demand organization's needs change and be ready to adapt to it. One example is from the company I work for, Pragma. One of our core business objectives is safety. Safety at our facilities, safety for our people, and safety for all our service providers. The lesson I learned was that when the various management systems all keep this one objective of safety and goal zero in mind, then the integration part becomes a lot easier. This is when the magic happens, when needs and objectives are clear. Then it is much easier to align and integrate management systems with these needs and objectives. Also, much easier to align and integrate processes, systems, tools, and KPIs. So we have been making use of apps for some time to log FM requests at our office, like fix the aircon, and log HSSE potential incidents at our office, like install handrail at stairs. So then, when the environment changed and we had to work from home, the same systems could be used to log potential incidents at our homes and reduce risk. Also, a similar tool can be used to admit visitors and contractors at our facilities. And when the environment changed again and a new need came to do COVID-19 checks, we could leverage off the same systems to do these checks and plug into existing integrated management systems and tools to control the processes. 10 times easier to respond to the challenges the world throws at us than not having integrated management systems, tools, and processes in place. Our clients are now also making use of this app to log COVID-19 checks. Feel free to go play with this tool on our website. If you scan the QR code, you can play with this tool, but please not now, as you will exit this quiz. Cool. Okay, quiz time. It's easy, just yes or no. Please submit your answer now on your phone. Over the past few months, did you agree on some sort of strategy with your family on how you are all going to utilize your home facility better? Okay, so everybody did this. Next question. Please submit your answer now on your phone. Did you prioritize these home FM improvements via some sort of a process based on impact, cost, and effort? We find that most people prioritize their home FM improvements via some sort of a process based on impact, cost, and effort. Understandable, as we all have limits on the amount of money we can spend on these improvements. This is also something covered by the standard. Have shareholder needs been prioritized? It is very important that you prioritize FM strategies according to shareholder needs. Can you see how practical the standard is and how easy it is to use the standard as a checklist to test your FM strategy and improve it? How do you feel about clarity of FM responsibilities at work and at home? Please submit your answer now on your phone. How clear are FM responsibilities defined between the demand organization, facility management organization, and FM service providers at work and at home? Are there some gray areas, or are they very clearly defined? Let's take a moment. Okay, very interesting. We find that many people feel that they know their responsibilities very well, but the other party, either the demand organization or the FM organization, often is not so clear on their responsibilities. Does this sound familiar? This is also covered by the standard. It is mission critical that all parties involved understand their responsibilities very clearly. The standard recommends a responsibility matrix is used for this. Can you see how practical the standard is and how easy it is to use the standard as a checklist to test your FM strategy and improve it? So what's in it for me? ISO 41001 was a game changer, as it was the ISO standard on a FM management system. ISO 41014 supports the management system standard and helps organizations to have a good FM strategy in place. Never was there a more important time to have a good FM strategy in place than now. Use this standard to change the new normal and the way the world perceives facility management. Use the standard to make sure that your FM strategy supports your demand organization's core business objectives and needs. And use it as a checklist to improve your job and create more value for your organization. So, the high-level next steps are: do a gap analysis, calculate value of implementing recommendations from ISO 41014, conform to the recommendations, practice and review your FM strategy, and share case studies and lessons learned. Okay, we are concluding with these last few questions. How much room for improvement is there for your facility and facility management to better support your needs at work and at home? Please submit your answer now on your phone. Let's take a moment. Very interesting. We find that there is typically a lot more room for improvement at our home facilities, where many of us are spending much more time now than at our work facilities. Does this sound familiar? Does it make sense that what we as FM professionals do fully support the demand organization's needs and objectives? Let's take a moment. Look, you have to get this one right. Next question. Please submit your answer now on your phone. Does it make sense to have a FM management system in place? Let's take a moment. I'm glad that most people feel it does make sense. Second last question. Please submit your answer now on your phone. Do you have a little bit better overall idea of what FM standards are available and what they are about? Please submit your answer now. I hope you enjoyed this presentation and that you can now reason with these concepts in a very practical and fun manner. Last question. Please submit your answer now on your phone. Would you consider testing your FM strategy against an international standard in the future? Let's take a moment. For interest's sake, ISO 41001 costs around 2,900 Rand, which is not that much if you consider that this is one of the most relevant documents to what we do as FM professionals. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you very much for your time and I hope that we can connect again in the near future. Here are the references. In respect of everybody's time, you're welcome to ask questions by typing it in the next slide in the quiz. I will keep the quiz open for the next 30 minutes. Then I will respond to each one individually. I hope you enjoy the rest of your SAFMA conference. Goodbye.